Good morning, students. Chapter 6, Rocks and Minerals. There are following headings in this chapter: types of rocks, minerals, uses of rocks and minerals. So we are on the types of rocks. There are three kinds of rocks, as we have learned earlier: the igneous rocks, the sedimentary rocks, and the metamorphic rocks. So on the basis of their formation, there are three kinds of rocks. We have covered the igneous rocks. The sedimentary rocks also has been covered and explained by me. Now we will move towards the metamorphic rocks. So children, today this video is related to the metamorphic rock. In today's video, we will study about the metamorphic rocks, like what are metamorphic rocks, what is how they are made up of, and what are the examples of metamorphic rocks. So let us start the explanation of the metamorphic rocks, children. So metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks arises from the transformation of existing rock types in a process called metamorphism, which means change in the form. So basically metamorphic rock, as its name shows, the changes in the form. So these are the rocks which are made up of by the transformation of the rocks which are already existed. So all those kind of rocks which are already in the existence, which are already present or found on the earth in the form of sedimentary rocks and in the form of igneous rocks. So these two kind of rocks which are already existed on the earth, so by the transformation of these two kind of rocks, the metamorphic rocks are made up of. So the exact meaning of metamorphic rocks is change in form. The form has been changed. So metamorphic rocks are formed due to changes in the existing rocks over time. So these metamorphic rocks are not formed within a year. They are formed by the existing rocks. Existing rocks means the rocks which are already found on the earth. They are in the existence. They are already exist on the earth. They are already formed. Okay, they are already found. So these rocks, metamorphic rocks, are formed due to the changes already existed rocks. When these already existed rocks become changed by the time, by the period of time, then we will get metamorphic rocks. So how the metamorphic rocks are formed? So metamorphic rocks are formed by the changes, by the certain changes in the previously formed rocks. Previously formed or already formed or already existed rocks. When the already existing rocks has been changed by the time, by some period of time, then we will get metamorphic rocks. So these metamorphic rocks can be formed from sedimentary or igneous rocks. Igneous rocks by high temperature and pressure. These 2 points, high temperature and pressure, these are the causes. These are the causes in the physical or chemical change. High temperature, by the high temperature and by the higher pressure, there are certain changes occur in the pre-existing rocks, and then we will get metamorphic rocks. So these metamorphic rocks make a large part of Earth's crust. Earth crust, we can divide our Earth into three parts. The outer part, that is crust. The outer part, that is crust. This is crust. The next part, crust. Okay. after crust, that next part is mantle, and inside the mantle there will be core. So crust, mantle and core, these are the three layers. So earth crust means the outer side, the outer layer of the earth. The outer layer of the earth, that is crust, is made by a large part of the crust is made by the metamorphic rocks. So these metamorphic rocks are classified by the texture and by chemical and mineral assembling. Mean to say that we can classify or we can categorize the metamorphic rocks according to the texture and the chemicals and minerals which are assembled or which are cemented. On the basis of these things, we can classify or we can categorize the metamorphic rocks. Every metamorphic rocks having different chemicals and minerals assembled over there, and their texture, the outer surface, how the outer surface look like, this is known as texture. Texture is the quality of the outer surface, how the outer surface looks, that is a texture. Sometimes the rocks are very smooth, sometimes rocks are very rough, so this will be the texture of the rocks. So now the next is, these metamorphic rocks are formed by the high temperature and pressure of the rock layers above it. Means the maximum part of the earth crust is made by the, you can see here the three layers, crust, mantle and core. So I have said that the maximum part of the earth crust is made by the metamorphic rocks, and these metamorphic rocks are formed by the higher temperature and pressure of the rock layer above it. Okay, so these are the some definition or some qualities of the metamorphic rocks. So basically, what are the metamorphic rock? Metamorphic rocks, how they are formed? So metamorphic rocks are the rocks which are formed due to the certain changes in the pre-existing rocks. Okay, they are either formed from the sedimentary or igneous rocks. Then that higher temperature and pressure and the physical and chemical changes. The higher temperature and pressure causes the physical and chemical changes in the metamorphic rocks. Now the next thing is, we can categorize our metamorphic rocks on the basis of the chemical and mineral assembles or over the rocks. The examples, there are some examples of metamorphic rocks which are gneiss, slate, marble, quartzite. These are some examples of metamorphic rocks. So children, now I will show you the picture. I will show you the picture of the metamorphic rocks. So definition of metamorphic rock is given on page number 51. Metamorphic rocks are formed due to changes in the existing rocks over time. They can be formed from sedimentary or igneous rocks due to high temperature and pressure. So there are certain names: marble, slate, gneiss, quartzite. These are certain examples, and here you can see the pictures or images of the metamorphic rocks. See the marble, the white color marble, the slate, which is actually, you can see the slate in the school and the blackboards, yes, of course, on which you can write, and slate in which the smaller children or kids can learn how to write with the help of chalk, that is slate. Now gneiss, it is also black color stone and made by the granite. Now quartzite, it is also a type of harder rock, and it is used in the jewelry making. So now we will learn one by one the type of or example of metamorphic rocks. So marble, first is marble. It is formed from limestone, which is a sedimentary rock. Limestone, marble is made by the limestone, which is a sedimentary rock. And what is the uses of marble? So marble is used in the making statues or statue makings, floors and slabs. Mostly in our homes, the flooring is made by the marbles. Now every home having marble flooring. You can see the marble flooring in the malls and the luxurious hotels, okay. And slabs, the slabs are in the kitchen, slabs are also made by the marble. So marble is also a limestone, which is a sedimentary rock. This is the major important thing. Now the next is slate. It is formed from shale and it is a sedimentary rock. Slate is a shale which is a sedimentary rock. And the uses of slate: it is used in the blackboard making and slates. You know, blackboards of the school. Blackboards of the schools are made by the slate, and the slates, which is also the name slates are given on the name of this metamorphic rock. Slate is a educational aid on which a smaller kids or smaller children can write by the chalk. They can learn how to write. Firstly, every parent give the slates to their children. So this is the slate. Now Genesis, it is formed from granite. Granite is, you know, the black color harder rock. It is a black and light and dark bands used in the construction work. Sometimes you can see the granite slab in your kitchen. Now the quartzite. Quartzite is also formed from sandstone. It is very hard rock. It is very hard rock and made by the sandstone. And where it is used? It is used in the jewelry making and glass making. It is used in the glass making and jewelry making. So children, this is all about the examples of metamorphic rocks. I hope you all have understood what is metamorphic rock and what are the examples of metamorphic rocks. So this is all about the types of rocks. In our next video, I will start the minerals. We will learn about the minerals. So start reading and learning the chapter. Read the chapter and read the mineral so that you can easily understood whenever I will explain. So thank you for watching this video.